Welcome back, everyone. I'm drinking my way through all of the Mr. Beers. Today we've got Pecan Porter. It's one of their recipes based off the Irish Stout um, HME. And it's 7 o'clock and it's a pandemic. And my wife is fighting breast cancer. And I'm going to have a beer. I want to know what this one tastes like. It's kind of like a wartime kind of thing in my mind. You know, like you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm gonna try it. I have some reservations. First, I put in too much water when I was pouring into the LGBTK. Not that big of a deal. It was only a little bit, like, like a smidge over the second line if you do the brewing. I also had the oats tightly tied into the muslin sack. Someone told me later I shouldn't do that. I should let the muslin sack be loose so that water can flow through it. So that might affect it some. So we have some mitigating circumstances if things go wrong. I'm not normally a dark beer drinker. I liked the Irish Stout. I didn't love it. But I think people who like a Guinness type beer would. Anyways, let's try this, see what it came out like. Oh, carbonation right there, you can hear it. Smells like beer. Let's do a pour here. Now this one has been fermenting for a while. I fermented it 17 days and I then let it sit in the bottle for a month. And it's got a nice little head to it for an extract beer. That's gonna yeah, that's not bad. An extract beer is, it's dark as night. I don't know if it's in my Sam Adams pint glass because my other one's dirty. I don't know if you can see that, but that's absolutely dark as night. It does have good carbonation. It's maintaining the head that it does have. And for an extract beer, there's two things when you make these. They're going to be darker than usual, and the head might not be quite as big. There are some ways to foam it up if you want, but I don't worry about stuff like that. I worry about the mouthfeel. I worry about the taste. The other thing, when I was taking out the pecans from this, when I was done, it was like sludge off the pecans. It wasn't an infection, just the pecans had kind of melted. That was gross. But I try not to think about that when I drink this because I like the taste of pecans a lot. I really like pecan pie. And, well, I smell it. It smells like a beer. A little bit like the stout, like the St. Patrick's Day Irish Stout, which makes sense because that's the base HME that it uses. There's other things that go into this too, but I can't remember what they were, and we're going to try it. Mmm, that's good. Mm. I like this better than the Irish Stout. The reason being is that it's not as bitter. It's never going to be Canadian Blonde for me. It's never going to be the Cerveza. It's not going to be the lager. But this is nice. For me, this is just me because the bitterness isn't as prevalent. It's more drinkable than the Irish Stout, which I really like. This is this might be my Guinness, if that makes sense. If I was going to sit down with friends and they're drinking Guinness, and they're drinking it slowly over the night, enjoying the different flavors, this is what I think I would drink to fit in. It doesn't have that overwhelming kind of coffee taste. I like the coffee taste, but it was a little strong. And that's how it is with me with Guinness too, so it's not surprising. But this is good. I'm not going to chug this the way I usually like to chug beer, but I can have an aggressive sip, and I still get that dark beer. Yeah, this is nice. It's milder than the St. Patrick's Irish Stout. I like the mouthfeel a little bit better. And I just like that there's not so much bitterness on the back end. I'm not a bitter guy, Well, I might be a bitter guy, but I'm not into the taste or flavor of bitterness. Yeah, you can drink this. You can't chug it. I mean, I guess you could chug it, but you wouldn't want to. And there's some nice taste to it. The pecan adds a nice flavor to it. I don't know if there's a caramel type flavor, but there's another flavor to it too. Back end flavor, and it's nice. It's it's just there's something, either the pecans or whatever else was added, the oats or whatever, it gives it a little bit better of a mouthfeel than the Irish Stout, and it just makes it a little more milder. And then there's a subtle taste flavor at the end, but it's not all bitterness at the end. Yeah, this is my dark beer. I'd recommend this to people. I'd recommend this to people like me. Um, I'd encourage you to choose it. Even if you didn't like some of the darker beers, I'd go ahead and take a chance with this. Maybe you won't like it. That's fine, but it has a little bit more of a mild flavor, and that really appeals to me. Cheers.